Hey, good evening. Nicole Connor here, bringing you some more natural health solutions to everyday problems. And today I'm talking to you about ingesting essential oils. So yesterday I spent some time introducing you to a couple of oils, and there are 3 ways to get oils into your bloodstream so that it can do the magic that they do. The first is to inhale it. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, but to inhale it, you can put it into a diffuser. You can add a drop right to your hand, rub it together, and inhale. Easy peasy, right? You can also apply those oils neat right to your skin if you'd like. For example, peppermint is great for cooling you down. You can put it right directly on your skin. The challenge, hey everybody, welcome. Hi. So the challenge with putting oils neat or just the oil itself reduces the absorption rate. So if you're to put your oils directly on your skin without a carrier oil, such as coconut oil, olive oil, sesame seed oil, something like that, to put it directly on your skin, only about 4% of the oil is absorbed directly into your bloodstream. Now, if you were to take that same oil and apply it with, say, this is just coconut oil here that I've put into a small jar with oil mixed into it, and if you take that, put it directly on your skin, say you're using eucalyptus globulus because you have a cold or something, to put that directly on your skin with a carrier oil, you have a better chance and you would absorb about 10% of that essential oil directly into your skin. So it increases the odds by using a carrier oil on your skin. In addition to that, if you choose a carrier oil and then place a warm towel, let's say, over the area, you would have about a 75% chance of absorption into your body through your bloodstream. Now, if you want to know how to get 100% absorption of those oils into your body so that it can do what it does, you need to ingest them. Now, let me say that there is a caveat to that. There are some oils, at least with the brand that I represent, this brand represents and tells you that it's not safe when it has a child-proof and adult-proof cap to open the oil or get onto it. There's no supplement label on there. So you'll know that it's safe if it has a supplement label on it. That means that it's safe to ingest. Those that do not have a child-proof cap and no supplement label on them. So I'm going to show you today how Dr. Scott Johnson recommends that we ingest them and some precautions with this because they are high-powered medicinal use function, okay? So what he says is that it takes proper guidance in order to use these things and a better understanding on what they do for you. So if you have a better understanding of the chemistry and pharmacology of what these oils do, or if you don't know and want to know more, I highly recommend, I don't have his book yet, but The Medicinal Essential Oils, The Science and Practice of Evidence-Based Essential Oil Therapy, and I'll post a link later in the comments. This is Dr. Scott Johnson's book. It's available on Amazon, and what he shows here, and it's great for your doctors to use as a reference tool. So if you are taking a lot of medications and you want to go au naturel, I highly recommend you get this book, consult with your doctor, and try and figure out how to get some of those medications replaced with essential oils. They are that powerful. So there's a recommendation, or excuse me, an appendix in this book that will tell you exactly which medications interact with essential oils. So you want to make sure that you know that. So if you're taking a bunch, be very careful, okay? All right, now, some of you may be in some companies and organizations that tell you never to ingest essential oils. And typically those companies have been using an old paradigm and old science where they haven't done their homework yet. Now, science-based evidence, you can go onto the NIH.gov, National Institute of Health.gov, and you can research human studies being done with essential oils all the time. So the science is changing and proving that we can ingest oils. We do it all the time. We do it with coffee. We do it with bananas and tomatoes and lemons and oranges. We are ingesting essential oils all the time, but nobody's really thinking about that, right? So it's safe to say that plants can help your body do what it needs to do. Now, our body is used to, processing these little bits of essential oils. So you just know that you're doing it. It happens all the time depending on what you're consuming. So the ingestion of essential oils provides some benefits over other methods, including greater systemic response, good bioavailability, and increases the convenience and more precise dosing. Every body is different, so different doses may work more or less for you depending on how much you weigh and what would require for you and depending on the acute situation and what you're dealing with, okay? So now these obstacles can be increased with interactions and medications and possibly stomach irritation. So I'm going to give you some tips here on how to ingest them safely. But again, if you're taking medications, you've got to be really careful about what you put in your body, okay? Now these capsules is the best way to go with that. And you want to get vegetarian capsules if you can that are GMO free, etc., and that they're targeted, which means they will get all the way through your stomach acid and not dissolve until they get into your small intestine. In your small intestine is where the best place for absorption of all of the nutrients and benefits of essential oils. So these capsules here, my company provides them, but you can get them at pretty much any health food store. Just do your homework and make sure that they're targeted release so that they can get through your stomach, okay? So you would take the larger end of the capsule, and you would put whatever recipe. And the beautiful thing about being able to ingest them is you're going to get all the benefits from them. You only need a couple of drops, and you can mix and blend whatever you're trying to accomplish. So today I'm just doing our Winter Defender blend. And this is just 4 drops of a blend called Pro Shield. It's got several essential, it's already a blend of a whole bunch of oils. I don't have to go buy and figure out and do the science to figure out the ratios for that. I'm adding a few drops of oregano. So this is just to give you an example of one of the recipes you can create yourself. That's 4 drops of oregano. And then I'm gonna do 4 drops of tea tree oil. You're gonna do and choose and play with these in a way that makes sense for you. Follow the recipes in Dr. Scott Johnson's book. You can find your own online. I hope I lost my lid. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay, almost lost my lid. So then you just cap the end of that. Now, if you want to take this without food, you need to put a carrier oil inside that capsule, like a fractionated coconut oil or some other oil in there so that your body can better absorb it. If you're going to be eating food, I highly recommend that you do. And you also need to consume this with 8 ounces of water, okay? Now you're gonna taste that going down. I highly recommend, unless you wanna burp up some oils, that you have some food to chase that down with. Or like I said, again, consuming that with, or putting that with a carrier oil will give you better absorption later down the road. All right, now, evidence-based resources in the Medicinal Essential Oils book, this one here. This one was written by Scott Johnson for the medical community, and there is an appendix in this book. It's 14 pages long, full of interactions with different medications that will happen when you take that with essential oils, okay? So I would highly recommend, if you're on some hardcore medications, that you check it out. Now, what Dr. Scott Johnson says is, he says, in reality, forbidding the ingestion of essential oils is like having a sports car with a governor on it that limits the speed to 25 miles an hour. You'll never reach the full potential. So my recommendation to those of you who are oilers is to find a brand that you are comfortable with. Do your homework on whether or not it has this supplement label on there, and to learn how to take these and ingest them, because they have so much more potent effect. Like this blend I just did, I have in just a bottle here that I've been using just topically. And I realized after doing my homework that I'm not getting the best absorption of it. So now I'm going to be ingesting them probably most of the time, simply because it's going to have the biggest bang for my buck. Now, a couple of safety tips that you should know. Again, I just showed you the preferred way to take them. Now, how often do you need to take them really depends on the acute situation that you're dealing with. Essential oils, as soon as you start to feel, take them. As soon as you start to feel a little bit off. So if you're struggling, you start to feel that little tickle in the back of your throat, or you've been hanging out with a bunch of people that have been sick all day, go ahead and just do a little prophylactic little oil regimen there and head it off at the past, okay? Excuse me. Now, you can use these essential oils 2 to 4 times a day, depending on how often or how sick you are, or whatever the condition is that you're trying to use. You may even go as high as 1 to 3 times a day, more often, depending on, again, what you're dealing with. So you're going to have to play with this and see how your body responds. Now, the general guideline for essential oil ingestion is 1 to 3 drops of essential oil up to 3 times a day, and more may be required depending on your individual health, your age, your weight, and the challenges that you're addressing. Now, many of you may be wondering, what's safe to use with kids? You got to do your homework. There are several oils that are not generally safe for kids under the age of 3. There's a list here that I'd be happy to share with you if you want to know what they are. The other thing is, if you're nursing or pregnant, again, if you're taking medications, please consult your doctor. Or if you have a serious medical condition, don't just jump into this like it's, go to Walmart and go buy a bunch of oils and start playing around with them. I do not recommend that at all. Do your homework, buy some books, do some learning, ask some people who've been using oils for a long time like myself. I'd be happy to give you some advice. Now, I would always keep a carrier oil available just in case you happen to get it, like one that might irritate your skin. A carrier oil such as coconut oil can diffuse or disperse that oil. You can't do it with water. You have to do it with another oil. So if you got it in your eyes, or if you've got a real hot oil like oregano and it actually was on your skin, if it's left there, it will burn your skin. So keep a carrier oil around if you're going to be using essential oils. Okay, well, that's a few tips. I hope that encourages you. I've been able to replace my over-the-counter medications completely by using essential oils. I no longer go to the pharmacy to buy cold medicine. I don't do any of that anymore. So my encouragement to you is to save yourself the thousands of dollars you might be spending over the next couple of years. Save yourself the ER visit and learn how to use some essential oils so that you can better take care of your family with natural health solutions. All right, my friends, have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.